on UI7 Newsbreak.
A U of I student was pronounced dead after falling off an apartment balcony during Unofficial.
He called his mom and he said, Mom, Jonathan's gone.
Plus, citizens gathered for a Champaign Town Hall meeting to discuss the future of the Affordable Care Act.
Then, Read Across America stopped by Urbana to excite kids about the benefits of enjoying a good book.
All this and more coming up on this edition of UI7 Newsbreak.
From the Richmond Journalism Teaching Studio at the University of Illinois campus, this is your UI7 Newsbreak.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Kaler.
And I'm David Pierce.
Unofficial at U of I often brings to mind images of parties and green drinks.
But this year, a member of the campus community died. UI7's Charlotte Collins tells us more about the incident.
Friday's Unofficial was marred by the news of a tragedy on campus. University student Jonathan Morales fell off an interior balcony at the Maywood Apartments and was later pronounced dead. Student Alicia Gomez, who lives at the complex, said she ran downstairs around 10:30 p.m. after hearing the incident from her unit.
His friends called 911 and one of the guys, I think it might have been his brother, because he called his mom and he said, Mom, Jonathan's gone.
Gomez said others crowded into the atrium before police arrived.
His friends were like on the floor, like crying and like hitting the ground and like going crazy. And then they finally got him onto the gurney and a paramedic was like on top of him still doing CPR, and as they like rolled him away, they just kept saying like, we have no heartbeat, we have no heartbeat. I obviously knew that it was a party having to do with Unofficial.
Despite the chaos sometimes associated with Unofficial on campus, University of Illinois police spokesman Patrick Wade says incidents like this one rarely occur on the holiday.
Other than this one incident, it was actually pretty quiet. The bar crowds were pretty average throughout the night. There were house and apartment parties, but certainly sort of just like a Friday night.
Is Unofficial not a thing anymore?
Otherwise, we didn't see anything, crazy or out of control, but obviously with this one incident, it was a pretty terrible year for us.
The social host law, which holds party hosts responsible for injuries, may or may not apply here. Wade says police are still investigating to see whether or not it will be just seen as an accident. Wade said officials are reviewing to determine if further provisions will be put in place for Unofficial next year. In Champaign, I'm Charlotte Collins, UI7 Newsbreak.
The U of I's Chancellor is pleading to the campus community about stopping Unofficial St. Patrick's Day. UI7 Newsbreak's Lauren Mraz was at the Illini Union to hear his thoughts.
To students and faculty on Monday, addressing the recent death of Illinois student Jonathan Morales as a result of the Unofficial St. Patrick's Day event across campus.
I think we all would agree that this is a senseless loss that came about as a part of what many of us believe is a very senseless and very dangerous event.
Even though Chancellor Jones said that he believes that the university should not continue to celebrate Unofficial, he does think that with a group effort that it can be minimized.
All of us have to work together to try to put an end to this event or greatly curtail its use.
Students who attended the meeting said they appreciated the Chancellor's approach to the issue.
I think what's really important is that he's looking forward and really wanting to see how we can come together as a campus community to make it safer for all students and to take in account that the Illinois community is a community as a whole.
One student thought that Unofficial was actually toned down this year.
This year's Unofficial was a lot more neutral, a lot more relaxed compared to previous years.
Jones referred to the multiple alcohol safety initiatives, which require students' participation beginning their first semester on campus.
We spend a lot of times with our students from the first day they enroll at this university, trying to instill up in each and every class the sensible issues around the sensible and responsible use of alcohol. And then we have events that condone a lot of the behavior that we don't tolerate or we try to make sure that our students don't engage in.
Since its inception in 1996, there have been 3 reported deaths as a result of the drinking holiday. In Urbana, Lauren Mraz, UI7 Newsbreak.
With Unofficial's tragic event, it's time to knit the campus community together. Morales' aunt has started a GoFundMe page to pay for his funeral expenses. Family and friends and even others who never met Morales are showing their support. In just 3 days, 234 people have raised over $11,000 to help pay for Morales' funeral. The original goal was $10,000, but Sierra Womack, a classmate of Morales, says that the overwhelming support is a reflection of how much Morales' death has impacted those around him.
I think that just really shows that he had people out there who cared and who wanted to make sure that his family was able to, you know, have a service for him and be able to do that properly.
In addition to the financial help, Womack says during their first session with Morales, the main thing about the agenda was sending support to Morales' family.
So we decided to just go ahead and write letters because she wanted us to be able to show support to his family as a class.
Womack says that it'll be hard for those who love Morales to move on, but in order to do so, they must simply take it day by day.
On to political news, town hall meetings have been a place for contention across the nation, and Champaign-Urbana is not exempt. On Sunday, citizens gathered to voice their concerns to their congressman. About 100 people gathered on the 4th floor of the Illinois terminal for a chance to speak to Representative Rodney Davis. Just one issue: Representative Davis did not show. Many were annoyed but unsurprised by his absence. There was a huge banner where people were able to write messages to the missing congressman, including the hashtag Where's Rodney. The town hall became more of an informational forum where citizens learned about the Affordable Care Act from panelists and what it could mean for accessible health care if the ACA was repealed.
Tomorrow's forecast is partly cloudy with a high of 63 and a low of 28. Friday is sunny but with gusts of wind, and the high will be 38 and a low of 21.
Expect to see snow showers on Saturday with a high of 33 and a low of 18. And it's time to spring forward. Don't forget to set your clocks an hour ahead before you go to bed Saturday night. When we come back, we'll have more on an Urbana food co-op in light of recognizing National Nutrition Month.
And families and their children gather to celebrate and encourage more reading.
Jalen, why are you mad? Because, Lauren, it's March and I haven't made my bracket yet. Well, no worries, because this Friday we'll show you how to make the perfect bracket for March Madness. That's great! And we want you to tell us who you think will take home the NCAA title this year. Like us on our Facebook page, Good Morning Illini, and comment who you think will win it all. All this and more this Friday at 9 a.m. Tune in to Good Morning Illini. Swish! Rebound just in case!
March is National Nutrition Month, and Urbana's Common Ground Food Co-op is a grocery store with a health-minded mission. UI7 Newsbreak's Anike Awoye shows us how one food supplier is making health goods available to all in the community.
Yes, eating more fruits and vegetables is still the best way to stay healthy, but Common Ground provides that for its shoppers and more. The co-op is more than just a grocery store. One woman says it's a resource.
We're pretty aware of what we take into our bodies, and we try to be really careful about that kind of thing. And so this is a good resource for that.
The co-op focuses on selling affordable health food and supplying their store with local ingredients.
Do you think that Lay's or someone, a lot of those companies are all owned by the same people, are really looking out for your health, whereas...
Or your community.
Right, or your community, or any of those things, and whereas here, there are people looking out for that.
According to a study published by the British Medical Journal, buying healthy food costs about $550 more per year than buying processed items. Common Ground's goal is to address this disparity.
People that were more secure, especially in Illinois, especially now that we're 2 years without a budget, people are feeling, people are feeling pinched. And, they want to make their food dollars go further, and they want to stay healthy.
Common Ground's Food for All program gives low-income shoppers a 10% discount off health necessities like grains, dairy, fruits, and vegetables. Low-income shoppers who qualify can pick up one of these grab-and-go Co-op Basics lists and check off what health food items they'll be bringing home to put on their table.
Food is medicine. It is. You want the best food you can have for that. So we try to make that available to everybody.
Common Ground is one of just 3 natural food co-ops in Illinois. In Urbana, I'm Anike Awoye, UI7 Newsbreak.
This weekend is jam-packed with events for future students and their families. An estimated 30,000 visitors will be on campus to visit different open houses. The university's engineering department is hosting its open house this Friday and Saturday. It will be full of various interactive exhibits and competitions. The College of Media will have its annual Media Palooza. Gregory Hall will be filled with both current and prospective students, as well as alumni networking with each other. And the College of Aces will provide the latest facts about food, nutrition, and animals. This past Saturday, families and businesses from the Champaign-Urbana area gathered at Lincoln Square Mall to celebrate reading. UI7's Newsbreak Sarah Ricciardi tells us more about how volunteers get excited about learning.
When we can read, we can do anything we want in the world.
Professional storytellers and volunteers took the stage at the 17th annual Read Across America event in Urbana this weekend. The first 1,000 kids in attendance received a free book and bag. Special guest Cat in the Hat even made an appearance. The event drew in all different types of families, including an Illinois state senator.
We come every year. I mean, it's a really great event, Read Across America. You get all these people here. You'll read the same book to your kid and have a very different way you read it. So it's just a great way to get kids interested in books and literacy, and that just hopefully grows as they get older.
Other families of the area came to expose their children to reading in hopes that it will affect them later in life.
It's a lifelong skill that everyone needs, and so the more you expose them to it when they're little, the more they'll want to do it when they're older.
Local businesses sponsored the event and created booths to engage the attendees in hands-on activities. Kids are walking up and down Lincoln Square Mall this morning, learning the value of a good book like this one from a dental healthcare facility in the area. Some booths use sand, instruments, and sensory objects, while others use books in a classic storytime circle. This year's theme was Read to the Alpha Beat. Performers on stage used drums and other instruments to get kids engaged and moving. Organizers of the event say that this is their favorite because they get to see the kids have a great time while celebrating reading.
And so it's kind of the perfect thing. It's kids, it's families, it's reading. And this particular celebration is all about making that connection to reading and that love for reading.
All with the goal to get kids reading better. In Urbana, Sarah Ricciardi, UI7 Newsbreak.
For more of our stories, please follow us along on Facebook.
Or see more of our stories on our YouTube page.
That is all we have for this edition of UI7 Newsbreak.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day.